I didn't know anything about Armored Core series, and back in the day I played it just out of curiosity, because it was developed by my favorite video game developer, and I did not expect that this will become one of my favorite action games ever. I am one of the people that never played old Armored Core games. I hopped onto the hype train when Armored Core 6 trailer was released. I realized that there are a lot of people that were fans of this series. It was interesting for me to discover why. I think a lot of us got familiar with FromSoftware from the Souls series, from Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Sekiro. These were the games that I knew FromSoftware from. When I saw the trailer, I got pretty hyped. It looked really cool, and considering the fact that this kind of studio that I was a fan of making it, I knew that this will be a day one buy from me. And when I dug a little deeper into Armored Core series, so many people, like the old fans, were saying, "You pussies, you don't know about FromSoftware. This was their beginnings. This is what they got known for. And you, souls like pussies." And I tried some older games to understand what is this franchise about, but I understand that not a lot of people did this. When they decided to play a new game from their favorite game developer, they expected something that they knew, and the Souls-like mindset, the Elden Ring mindset never left, and that was a big mistake. It's like with Sekiro and the parrying instead of dodging, but on much bigger scale. Those people face the consequences. The game is too hard, too hectic, too chaotic. People couldn't beat the first boss or the boss of the first chapter, which is, in my opinion, one of the best boss fights in all of gaming. And we will get to that later, so... And I know that this is stupid to compare these kind of games, Armored Core and all of the Souls-likes, but this is what people had in their heads, because this was from the same developer, which got very famous from these games, from Elden Ring, from Dark Souls. And when people saw that developer, I think emotionally, they thought that they will get something similar, although it doesn't even make sense. But people who decided to approach this game like from the blank slate with an empty mind to enjoy something new, most of those people, I think, had a lot of fun. And when I played it at almost 30 years old, it was so cool to experience a new genre at this age and actually get hooked on this genre. When you just start to play Armored Core 6, the game just feels like a pure chaos. It's uncontrollable, you don't understand anything, what is happening, just rockets, missiles, everything is flying at you from all the sides, you're boosting everywhere, you're just shooting everything you see. And because a lot of enemies, they are like fillers, they are very small like robots, and you just... you kinda relax. Then you get to the boss and you die. Because from my experience, at first, you don't even try to figure out the chaos. You don't even try to focus and understand what is actually happening and react to those things. You don't learn the attack patterns of the boss because you cannot understand what is it. It looks too hectic, it looks too unpredictable. And you're just shooting at them, tanking all the damage. Eventually you die a lot of times, you break your controller and you rage quit the game. If you will focus enough, you will see patterns in this chaos. In my opinion, to really enjoy this game and understand what kind of flow it delivers, you have to start figuring out the chaos. See what is happening on the screen. Learn to avoid specific attacks. Learn how to hear the cue of a charge attack from the boss, because there are cues just for you to avoid at the right time. Then in split second you have to assault boost to the enemy and punish them. Each action has to be intentional. You should know what you are doing and why. You should know which side you should dodge. You should know when you have to advance or when you have to back up. And after that, you remember one of the most important rules. Hesitation is defeat. In Armored Core 6, to make sure that you will actually beat someone, you have to put a lot of pressure. You have to fill up their stagger bar. So from one side, you have to learn the patterns and avoid everything and be really careful. But from the other side, you have to constantly put pressure, fill up their stagger bar, and then punish them. Because if you will attack them a lot and then you back up, the stagger bar will go to zero pretty fast. And I think when you master those things, that's when the game clicks. You get into the flow and you start to feel like a real badass. One of the things that I really enjoy in video games for some reason is like the power fantasy, the feeling that your character is badass. Games like Doom Eternal, Batman Arkham series, these games, they clearly let you know from the beginning you are a badass. Armored Core 6 makes you build it yourself. And I'm not talking about building your mech in assembly, although that's a big part of it. And that's a big part of like the character that you're creating. In the best FromSoftware In the best FromSoftware fashion, to become badass, you have to get good. When you become skilled, you become confident. And when you become confident, all your moves are intentional. And you know what also makes it badass? It's the visuals. Like when you perform this one combo, when you just avoid some rocket or missile in the last second, then you assault boost towards them, kick them with your freaking leg, and then you finish them with pile driver. When you do this one little thing, these were like 3 seconds. It's like you watched a freaking trailer or like saw a badass scene in a movie. It is really hard to explain the visuals of this game with words. And by the way, when I recorded the footage from the previous video, I wanted to put a mod so I could play without HUD. And boy, when I played it without HUD, it's insane. It's a completely different feeling, but it's so sad that it's impossible to play it without HUD. It would be a dream to have a game like Armored Core with a HUD from Dead Space or something. If there are some amazing modders out there, please make this happen somehow. And I think I want to show you something. My favorite boss fight in this game is the boss of the first chapter. And actually, from reading the comments on the previous video, I realized that I beat Baltias pre-nerf back when the game just came out. Until this point, I didn't know that that was some sort of achievement. And I saw people are like bragging about it in the comments or on Reddit, then I found it. Right now, when you have a bubble gun, it's pretty easy to beat him. This time when I just played the game from the beginning again, I got him on my first try with like almost a beginner's build. But man, I think visually, soundtrack-wise, and even technically, mechanically, this is one of the coolest boss fights that I've witnessed. Like, just in the beginning, when he shoots hundreds of missiles at you, they are spreading, and then they all start following you at the same time, and then it's just bullet hell game for some reason. You have to avoid all of it and attack him, and the music plays, and you're like, what the fuck? I'm listening to this song on my speakers a lot. Actually, this is such an amazing song, like brings you into this mood. It's kind of melancholic plus inspirational. I don't know how to explain it. So what I decided to do is to beat Baltias without HUD, so I could show you the real spectacle that it can be. And if you haven't played this game, you will understand what I'm talking about. If you have played this game, I invite you to experience it again because you know what I'm talking about.
Main system, reactivating combat mode. I've looked into the enemy craft. It's an autonomous PCA craft, Baltias. You'll have to break its pulse armor to inflict meaningful damage. A massive heat signature. Evasive action, Raven. Pulse armor down. Now's your chance, Raven. I've taken your comm slink offline for now. That massive dose of coral nearly killed you. Please, you have to focus on winning this. The waves are intensifying. Raven, get clear.
playing Armored Core on New Game Plus, so I'm still in the process. I already have the urge to play the old games, especially The Last Raven, because I heard that this is one of the best, along with For Answer. The mechanics are so much harder than in Armored Core 6. In AC6 it's so much more approachable for new players, because when I look at those old games, with the heat, the cooling, the overboost, there are so much more things you have to take care of to make your build work that you really have to take time and figure this thing out to make sure you will have fun. If any one of you have some tips on figuring out the mechanics in the old games, leave a comment. I read a lot about which game should I start, and I started with Armored Core 3. But you know what I thought? Wouldn't it be fun to start from The Last Raven, which is the hardest game in the series, and also start it without transferring the save file from the previous one? Playing it from scratch, people are calling hell, and I thought maybe I would like to experience hell, because I love these things in games. A little update on this idea. This. And as you can see, I'm fully prepared to experience the old Armored Core games, and I want to experience those games as it was intended. Maybe leave a comment, leave a like, join the Discord. That's about it from me for this video. Thank you for watching.